How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another video. So I got all my wheels, mounted and balanced. I'm still running into the issue with the insurance company about getting this one fixed, but I went ahead, well, not fixed, replaced, but I went ahead, mounted the tire on this one because I want to get them on the truck. It's been 3 weeks basically since they messed this rim up. Basically, I'm getting really ticked off. They're gonna wind up hearing from my lawyer here real shortly because getting the runaround, not getting answers, nobody's calling me, this and that. So we're just putting it on for now so I can at least get everything tuned and get it all right and get it done. Last night I went ahead and put the front ones on. Oh, we'll start off also. It's windy as crap today. Yeah, yesterday, no wind, almost 80 degrees. Today, 50 degrees and windy as hell. So hopefully I can try to keep as much of the wind. I'm gonna try to put the camera up inside here so it keeps it away from the wind while I do videos. I might have to move the truck, off to the side a little bit so that way I can have the camera facing where I want and all that stuff. But first thing I'm gonna do is I need to roll the fenders. I rolled them just a little bit. Well, they need to be rolled a little more because the lip is still there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll the fenders. So I'm gonna go ahead, move the Jeep, and then I'm gonna position the truck so that way the front end is a little bit to the side. So I can put the camera here and we can video me rolling at least one fender, and then I'll switch the truck around, all that kind of stuff. I have my fender roller right here. So I've never really technically used it. I tried to use it once, but I had issues with the truck and the metal. So let's go ahead and try to do this. If I can't get it to roll right, I'll use a hammer and a dolly. The body on this isn't perfect anyways yet, so if I kind of dent it up a little bit when I'm doing it, not a big deal. But we're gonna try to fender roll it first. Try to get it smoother, try to get it better. So let's go ahead, move the Jeep out of the way, position the truck, get the wheel off, and start rolling. And then we'll go to the back, and hopefully we don't have to roll them fenders, but who knows, we'll see. So let's go ahead, get this going. Okay, so I got the wheel off and got the roller on there. Only bad thing is, it'll work, but my fenders are so wide versus, something like the car. Car is narrow and it's really round. This, just like the other vehicle that I tried it on, they're wide and they're kind of squared off. So I'll be able to roll, but you see, I'm only going to be able to get from here to there. So there's this little section that I'll be able to get. The back sections I'm not going to be able to get, but the main part is the center right here, and that's where the tire kind of pivots, because when I was messing with it last night, it was hitting like right in the top right here. So I'm going to go ahead and try to roll what I can on this. Then we'll maybe get a rubber mallet and try to get the edges a little bit better too. So let's just go ahead and see how this works. One thing is also always make sure that it's clean back here before you roll them. And I haven't drove it any since I got back here and roll them a little bit the first time. I don't see how some people make this look so dang easy. Okay, I'm just gonna give up on fender rolling in general. I put a couple relief cuts around the sharp corners, then I just kind of hammered it back. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but all of the edge is rolled back pretty flush. I managed to put a dent right here. Pushed in, so I'm gonna have to fix that. Of course, the paint chipped, not a big deal. So let's go ahead, get the wheel on, and hope it doesn't rub. That kind of ticks me off. But like I said earlier, I knew I was going to put dents. I was hoping all the dents were going to be out. They'd be easier to put in. But hey, not a big deal. We'll fix that later. So let's go ahead and get the wheel on. Go from there. I know, just sitting out overnight, one night, these things are dirty. All this pollen we're going through right now, these things got dirty as I don't know what, just sitting out here over one night. It's alright, we're going to clean this thing up a little bit too. Because at the end of this video, we're taking this for a drive. Check this out. Well, I think we're just going to have to sit it on the ground. Alright. Alright, so front ones are on. I took it for a real quick spin around the block. A little bit of rubbing on hard turns, but nothing major. So I'm going to order, because basically this thing is way too low to get on any alignment rack. So it's going to be an eyeball alignment.
camber. So this side has, I mean, I can fit my whole hand in there. And this is just kind of like, you know, with nothing major. But it's off. It ain't centered. I don't mind camber, but the bubble's over here and kind of not in the middle. If it was in the middle, I mean, the tire would be straight up and down. And if I move it out, see, we're only half an inch in from being on camber, which I actually want it like that side, because you come over to this side, there's hardly any gap. And if we do this kind of rudimentary, it's almost centered. So I really want to camber this side in to match the other side. Which actually last night I was sitting there looking online at this camber kit that I can just, it's basically take the center cap off and it can sit right on the flat surface in here, and then you can adjust your camber off that. They range. There's some that range from $15 and all the way up to $200. I'm basically just going to buy the little $15 one. It's a bubble level. We're going to go with that instead of the digital, all that kind of stuff. I'm not 100% stressed. This thing is not a daily driver. It's just kind of a toy that I like to drive. It's still going to be a truck. So we're going to go ahead and just order that here in a little while. Now that I know the camber is off, we're going to go ahead and order that, get it in, and then I'll be able to basically get both sides cambered out the same. Because right now I think the steering on it is perfectly on point. So let's go ahead, get these on the back, and hopefully we don't have to trim the fender on the back. But let me go ahead, jack this up, get the wheel stocks off of it, then I'll get back with you on as we're putting the other ones on, so that way we can see whether or not they need cut or whatnot. Man, that looks good. Well, as you can see, that rim goes straight up, and this lip right there overhangs the wheel about 1/8 of an inch. So definitely need to cut this back, roll it in. So I guess that's going to be the next thing, is knocking both back fenders out, because right now it is under full load because of the way I have the jack underneath the rear. But if I put if I hit a big bump or put a load in the back of this, it's going to hit. So I guess the next thing is get cutting. Little dent right there, but now I have, again, room to get my hand in, so this should be plenty. Like I said, little dent right there, but besides that, nothing major. So let's go ahead, bolt these on, and then we might take it for a test drive around the block a little bit, and then we gotta get this thing clean. So let's get these bolted on, go from there. Well, there it is. Looks really good. I'm seriously thinking about lowering the back another inch, because if you look at the front, I am basically tucking all the tread. So I got, like, you know, an inch of tire tucking, and in the back it's pretty much flush with the top of the wheel. So I need to get it another inch. So what I'm going to do is, I got a couple things that I want to order. One is the 1-inch lowering blocks for this. I want to order the screen for the back of my GoPro. And I'm going to order the camber thing for this. I'm going to go ahead, because I just popped the hood. Well, how about that? Let me show you. Let me go ahead and pop the hood on this. So this is going to be kind of easy, I think. Is right there are the bolts. You can loosen the nut and the bolt. Then it's got the oblong washer type thing, and you can turn that, and that'll push the control arm in and out. So what I'm going to do for now, until I get the gauge, is I'm going to go ahead and loosen those and try to slide the control arm in on this side so it'll match that one, and try to give me the most, the right amount of camber that I can judge for now. So if I can try to, again, we're just eyeballing this whole thing, because I talked to a guy who has a Silverado that's actually lower than mine, and he did the same thing. He eyeballed, alignment his, because nobody wants to touch it. So I'm pretty sure nobody's going to want to touch mine either. No big deal. So let's take it for a ride around the block, bring it back in, we're going to nose it in, and then we're going to go ahead and try to kick that driver's side tire in, give it some camber, give me a little bit more room, and then we're going to go ahead and remeasure everything, kind of make sure that it's pretty dang close, and then we're going to start driving this thing. So let's go ahead, hop in, take it around the block. And I got the windows down, so there'll probably be wind noise, just because I want to be able to hear it rub anywhere, hit bumps and stuff like that. About the wind noise. It is just a windy day today. Nothing like holding a freaking camera and shifting. I think everything's pretty good. Again, my only thing, right here in the middle of the road. Because it's kind of level right here. And my only thing is, yeah, I definitely need to get the back lowered. There's a car coming. Definitely need to lower the back 1 inch. So after this video, we're gonna order some parts. But I mean, it seems to drive straight. I mean, there are no hands. Yeah, I'm only going 20 miles an hour, but it's driving straight. The steering wheel's a little off, but that's okay. Alright, so let's get it back to the house, get in the driveway, try to adjust the camber as best as possible to give me a little more room on this tire. And take it for another ride. Alright, well, I'm all done. It's all nice and clean, so there it is. Love the way it looks. Do want to get it an inch lower, but besides that, this thing is on point. So now I can get this out and start driving it. I think I'm going to start working on the car next. Yeah, this video was really hard to record because it is just windy as I don't know what, and keep trying to block the camera from as much of the wind as possible. But I mean, got the rims on it, got it looking clean. I mean, I'm not complaining about this at all. So let's go ahead. We're gonna wrap this video up. Of course, more to come as always. You know, so like, subscribe, comment. Catch you in the next video.